franchise. And in this episode, we're going to start off by taking a look at our new depth chart. Ever since the offseason, I have done some changes in terms of signing free agents, to one-year contracts. So here we go. We have Russell Wilson again, the starting quarterback. Ryan Fitzpatrick is his backup, and Clon Ingram, a very physically gifted rookie out of Beth Cookman. I mean, if we can just refine some of his loose ends, he'll be great. And then we have Marshawn Lynch as the starting running back. Christine Michael takes over the backup role over Robert Turbin this season, as Christine Michael, I believe, is just more promising. And, he's just all around. He's going to end up being the better back in the future. And then we have Derek Coleman still starting at fullback. Now, wide receiver. This is where the big changes were made. Percy Harvin remains on top. You guys probably remember he was released in the offseason, but we were able to re-sign him to a one-year contract. Then we have Jermaine Kearse stepping in at the number 2 role. And then this is new. Accidental switch there. Then we have Herschel Moon, a rookie out of Ohio State, who's already a 79 overall in the slot. Then Manny Holiday, a rookie out of Florida, in the fourth receiver slot with a 75 overall rating. Desmond Blake out of Colorado State, a rookie again with a 73 overall as the fifth receiver. And DeMar Rogers out of Drake, a rookie with a 72 overall in the last slot. So we have a very, very good receiving core full of young, promising rookies. Now here in the tight end group, one big thing you'll notice is that we replaced Anthony McCoy with Heath Miller. He's a very solid tight end, and we hope to use a lot of 2 tight end sets this year. Everything remains the same outside of on the defense. In the offensive line, we picked up Richie Incognito as our starting left guard. I know, I needed a left guard, okay? Don't judge. We still have Max Unger there at center. Pro Bowl right guard J.R. Sweezy remains in his position. And we signed Andrew Whitworth to a one-year contract, so he would take over at right tackle, because that position was just getting far too weak. And trust me, the left guard situation was not any better. The defense remains exactly the same, as we were able to retain pretty much everyone of importance and keep that unit mostly intact. So now here we are to start the season against the Baltimore Ravens in M&T Bank Stadium. As really as a whole, I think our team improved. And you guys will remember I signed Sidney Rice to a contract in the offseason. I ended up releasing him because he showed up at camp with a -3 overall compared to what he was originally, and that's just unacceptable. So we were able to release Sidney Rice, and that really freed up some cap space to sign the guys we did over the course of the offseason. So yeah, I think it went pretty well, as this is our final season of the Seahawks. Let's face it, Madden season is indeed over. Plus, MLB The Show comes out later this month, and I'm pretty sure we're going to have this series close to done by then. And the show is going to be a really big deal on this channel for a long time, as here we are in the pregame show. As you take a look, it's Ray Rice in the battle of the running backs, him versus Marshawn Lynch, and I think we definitely can see from the ratings who the superior back is. And Marshawn, in spite of he still got the stuff to go up against him and really just take it to the Baltimore Ravens, as we are here in M&T Bank Stadium for opening day here, 18-16. All of our rookies have long dreadlocks. It's really weird, and they're all their numbers are all 80 or something, except for Herschel Moon. And Marshawn Lynch is not going to get much on that play. Set to the 4th and 6. So now here comes the field goal. 4-yard gain was not enough, and here it comes. The hold from Ryan Fitzpatrick. The kick is up and good. Seahawks lead 3-0 over the Ravens here in the early going, as Steven Hauschka continuing his drilling of field goals from last year. Now here comes Hauschka, the boot there to the Ravens return team. It's Jacoby Jones. Jones taking it upfield, and he's brought down around the 25. So here comes Joe Flacco and the Ravens offense. And you see Flacco coming out there. Definitely on the decline is Joe Flacco. It might seem that the Ravens are starting to regret that big contract they gave him, as he's at a 78 overall now. our backup quarterback, Ryan Fitzpatrick, is that good. And that should pretty much tell you about how Joe Flacco's doing nowadays, as the handoff goes to Ray Rice, and he's not going to get anywhere there. Very nice tackling from the defensive unit of Seattle, as you get to take a look here at the at this Ravens offense, which looks pretty good. You know, mostly the same unit here that they had last year. They have Henry Hynoski at fullback now, and unless you're Derek Coleman, fullback doesn't have that big of an impact. Now here we go, under center's Flacco with Rice in the backfield on 2nd down and 7. The handoff goes to Ray Rice, and he tries to bounce it outside and tumbles forward for an 8-yard pickup. It's a 1st down, Baltimore. Well, here comes the 1st and 10 play. It's Joe Flacco under center with Hynoski and Rice in the backfield. Joe Flacco getting set and hands it off to Rice, who bounces it to the outside, and he's brought down quick by Bruce Irvin. Very nice play by our linebacker there. And now you're going to take a look at this pretty much identical Seattle Seahawks defense from last year. We didn't change because, you know, why would we? It was a 99 overall defense last year. We did move KJ Wright to replace Malcolm Smith over at left outside linebacker, though. I'm pretty sure I included that in the offseason live stream, and if I didn't, then oops. KJ Wright, you know, he's a quality linebacker, and I'd hate to waste him as a depth option. I'd rather actually get him into the game, and that's a nice tackle being made there by KJ Wright himself, just as we were talking about him. So yeah, I know it's not his natural position, but he's still a pretty solid linebacker when he's on the right side. So, you know, I think it'll be fine. Now Flacco's in the gun. It's play action. Looking around. No pass rush right now from Seattle, and he finds a wide open man. It's Jacoby Jones, 18 yards down the sideline. 1st and 10. I mean, you just can't have the pass rush be stifled like that. Now it's 1st and 10. Flacco in the gun with Rice. And Joe Flacco takes a snap. It's a blitz. And oh, the screen did not work out at all. Rice loses 3 there. Sets up a 2nd down and 13, as that was Bobby Wagner on the hit. We definitely have a ton of very important free agents coming up. Amongst them is Bobby Wagner. Now under center, the handoff goes from Flacco to Rice, and Rice tries to bounce it to the outside. Earl Thomas is having none of it. 3rd and 12 coming up now for the Seattle defense. Thomas with his first tackle in the season. Now here comes Flacco in the pistol. James starts behind him, and Flacco takes the snap. Flacco feeling pressure up the gut, and he fumbles. Great hit there, and it's another fumble, and it's recovered by Seattle. We're going to get it at the 50. What a play there. Up the gut goes. I believe that was Marsh, one of our backup ends. Man, that was just incredible. Well, now here we go. The offense comes back out. It's Russell Wilson with a split backfield, Marshawn Lynch and Zach Miller. Wilson takes the snap, goes to the outside, a bullet pass, and he can't get it to Jermaine Kearse. Interception by Ladarius Webb. Come on, Russell Wilson. He felt pressure there. It's not really the offensive line's fault, as it was a big blitz called by Baltimore. Tries to zip it out there and just couldn't get it. Now here we go. The handoff goes to Ray Rice, and he's swamped there at the line. KJ Wright finishes him off, and that's going to be 2nd and 9 Seahawks. Now here we go. Joe Flacco going to get under center here. Ray Rice and Henry Hynoski in the backfield. And it's a quick drop here for Flacco. Pressure coming from Bennett, and he dumps it off to Rice, who's popped there by Bruce Irvin. It's going to be 3rd and 11 after that loss of 2 on the pass. Rice has negative 5 yards on his 2 receptions. Now Flacco empties it out. It's 3rd down and long for the Ravens. And Joe Flacco takes the snap. Flacco feeling pressure from Averill. He steps up, looking around, and he's brought down eventually. It's Brandon Mebane. Setting up a 4th down and 14. Mebane, an elite defensive tackle, a Pro Bowl selection last year, and hopefully he has just as good a season this season. Now here comes Sam Cook, set to boot it away. That Russell Wilson interception didn't cost us anything. And now that's going to be going behind Jeremy Lane, and it's out the back of the end zone. Touchback. Seahawks are going to start at their 20. 1st down and 10 now for Seattle. Hopefully Russell Wilson can avoid another turnover as Heath Miller makes his first appearance here, as we have 2 Millers in the tight end unit. That's going to be pretty confusing. Now here comes Russell Wilson, quick zip over to Zach Miller, and our number 1 tight end, our top receiver from last season, out at the 45, 1st and 10 Seattle. It's been quite a first quarter here for the Seahawks passing game up until that interception, of course, as Wilson takes the snap out of the empty backfield set after a 25-yard gain by Zach Miller, throws off his back foot, and he's intercepted again! This time looking for Herschel Moon on the other side of the field, and it's Bloom this time picking him off, the rookie there. Very disappointing start for Russell Wilson, 2 first-quarter interceptions. Now here comes Joe Flacco under center with Hynoski and Rice in the backfield. Rice takes it up the gut and he can't find anything. That's probably going to bring an end to the first quarter. Oh, nope, okay, not yet. Okay, so that'll be the end of the first quarter here from Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium, and we'll be right back for the second quarter of action. Well, the Seahawks lead 3-0 here in M&T Bank Stadium over the Baltimore Ravens, but it may be more if it wasn't for the 2 Russell Wilson interceptions in the first quarter. Now here comes Joe Flacco in the gun with Ray Rice on 2nd down and 8. And to start the second quarter, Flacco takes the snap and drops back to pass. The quick strike there to Dennis Pitta, who picks up a few, and that's going to be a gain of about 7 to set up a 3rd down and 1. Can the Seahawks defense continue to be tough in run defense? It's Flacco under center with Ray Rice in the backfield. Handoff goes to Rice, and he gets the first down, barely there. Cliff Averill bursts through, but not fast enough. Now here we go. It's Joe Flacco in the gun with Ray Rice on this play. And it's going to be an audible here as they appear to be shifting completely. And it's a quick drop there from Flacco. Joe Flacco to the other side. It's a wide open man there. Dennis Pitta getting free from Bobby Wagner, and he's going to stay down here. Oh boy, Pitta took a pretty nice lick there from a group of Seahawks, and that's going to bring in their backup tight end, Owen Daniels. Now here comes the handoff to Ray Rice, and he spins out of a tackle but can't get much more. That's no gain for Rice there, as he has had a horrible day here. 2.5 yards in this game. This has not been, 2.5 yards per carry, 2.5 yards so far. It's Flacco under center with Rice in the backfield on 2nd and 10. Joe Flacco gets set and drops back quick, and that slant route is just wildly thrown there. Richard Sherman in coverage, setting up a 3rd down and 10. Here we go, it's 3rd down as Sherman has done an excellent job blocking down Torrey Smith. 3rd and long play, Flacco takes it out of the split backfield, feeling pressure, runs to the outside, and he's sacked by the record-setting sacker Michael Bennett there. And Bennett just got him, and now here comes a field goal try from Justin Tucker. Here comes Tucker trying to tie up the game for Baltimore. The hold and the kick is up and good. It's 3-3 now between Seattle and the Ravens. And, those Russell Wilson interceptions have pretty much invited the Ravens back into this game. Hopefully, though, he can take care of it better, as it's going to be returned there by Adams. Adams takes it out now, and he's brought down there at the 25. It's going to set up a 1st down and 10 situation. Here we go. The Seahawks offense comes back out here. Hopefully the passing game can really start to take care of the football. Wilson under center, hands it off to Marshawn Lynch, who takes this up the gut, and that's going to be a nice gain there of about 6. Sets up a 2nd down and 3. Well, here we go now. It's Russell Wilson getting in the gun with Marshawn Lynch. And Wilson getting ready, hands it off to Lynch. And Lynch trying to bounce it here. He's going to gain about 2, sets up a 3rd down and short. It's 3rd and 1. Well, here comes the short yardage play. We got to just show some power here. Wilson under center with Coleman and Lynch in the backfield. Handoff goes to Lynch, and he takes this up the gut and is brought down at about the 38 here. Pretty solid run there for Marshawn Lynch, as the blocking was definitely good for him. Now it's 1st and 10 for Seattle, as it's Wilson getting in the pistol with Coleman and Lynch here. And the handoff from Wilson goes to Lynch. Lynch bouncing off one tackle, and he's going to gain maybe 1 or 2. It's been an inauspicious start to this game here for Marshawn. Definitely been a little gun-shy since those two interceptions. I have to admit, I'm not exactly totally trustworthy of Russell Wilson. It doesn't matter how much protection you give him. It seems that he always finds a new way to make a mistake. Well, now it's 3rd down and 8, and here comes Wilson setting up in the gun with Christine Michael on this play. And Russell takes the snap now. Wilson feeling pressure, goes deep, and he's nearly picked. Looking for Harbin down the field, and he just couldn't get enough air under that ball. So it's going to be a 4th down situation and a punt as Ladarius Webb nearly got Russell Wilson's 3rd interception of the first half. Here comes the punt from Dave Zadestill, our new lefty punter. We replaced Pro Bowler John Ryan with him. Solid punt from Zadestill, and now here comes 1st and 10 for the Baltimore Ravens. Here we go, Flacco in the gun with Rice. Joe Flacco waiting around, and he takes the snap finally here. And he goes to the dump-off option. It's Rice, and he's not going to gain anything there. Gain of none. Go under center with Rice in the backfield. Single back set, and it's a handoff. Ray Rice taking it out, and he's popped! Jeremy Lane setting up a 2nd down and 12. Wow, that was just on a whole nother level of incredible. Now here we go. It's Flacco in the gun with Rice on 2nd and 12. And Joe Flacco takes the snap. Flacco goes to the outside, and come on, Byron Maxwell. I mean, I think he should have caught it. Let's see if he should have. Yep, it was pretty contested there. Oh no, not really for Byron. He had a throwing punt catch there to make, but he couldn't. And that sets up a 3rd down and 12. It's Flacco in the gun with Rice. Joe Flacco getting set. And he takes the snap here. The pressure coming from up the gut, and he's sacked by Brendan Mebane, 2nd one of the day for our star defensive tackle, who's also heading to free agency along with Marshawn Lynch, Russell Wilson, Bobby Wagner. We've got some patching up to do in the offseason. Thank goodness that the series ends after this season, though, because or else we'd be quite doomed for Season 3. And Jeremy Lane's brought down there at the 28. 6-yard gain sets up a 1st and 10. Now here we go, the 1st down situation for the Seahawks. It's Wilson under center with Lynch in the backfield. And Marshawn Lynch takes the handoff here, and he's shoved right into a big pile of Ravens and Seahawks there, only going to gain 3. 2nd down and 7 after that short gain by Marshawn Lynch. It's Wilson under center with Coleman and Lynch in the backfield. Handoff goes to Lynch, trying to juke out of one tackle. He does, bounces it out, and that's a pickup of about 2 or 3, as that's going to set up a